Hi, it's Alyssa Shea. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. I have a pretty fun book haul for you guys today. I took a reading break from about mid-November to mid-March, and throughout that time I continued to slowly acquire books. So I wasn't reading, but I was still. My puppy's confused because I'm sitting in a spot on the couch that I don't normally sit in. We have our routine and I'm normally over there, and I think she's wondering why I'm sitting over here and taking up all the natural light. But yeah, I continued to acquire books. Some I bought, some I was gifted. Christmas was during that time and I had some books on my list. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 here to get through. So I'll just hop right in and get started. So this is actually the most recent book that I acquired. These books are in no order. This one is The Bodyguard by Katherine Center, and I ordered this because I had heard about it before. I'd seen it on Goodreads. I think I saw Haley Pham talk about it, and then most recently I saw Jess Conte talk about it, and I was like, okay, I just need to read this very badly. It's a closed-door romance based in Texas. The girl, her name is Hannah, is the guy, his name's Jack Stapleton's bodyguard. He is a celebrity coming home to be on his family's ranch, but he has a stalker and he needs this bodyguard, and Hannah's gonna protect him. And yeah, I think they start fake dating because they do not want to tell his family that he needs protection from a stalker. So super good. This is actually gonna be on my March reading recap video because I have already read this one. So most recent purchase, and I read it right away because I had to. Next book in my pile, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is actually next up for me to read. I'm hoping to finish this one by the end of March. And it's about two people. Their names are Poppy and Alex. And my puppy's name is actually Poppy, so quite a fan of that name. They are friends. And I think if I remember correctly, they have in the past gone on like a trip every summer. So something went horribly wrong on one of their trips and they like stopped that tradition. And then I think she realizes like one of the last times she was super happy or something like that. She realizes it was on the last trip with him. And so she convinces him to go on a trip together like they used to. And I'm assuming they fall madly in love. So friends to lovers, vacation vibes. I'm super excited. I like a vacation vibe in my book for sure, especially this time of year. The next book in my pile, I got Carrie Sato is Back. I guess this was a TikTok book. I didn't realize that. I actually bought it because there was a book club here in town that was reading this book and I was going to go. Then it turned out that my friend's birthday party was the same night, so then I didn't read it for said book club. So I still have this one to read. It is by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who wrote Malibu Rising and also Daisy Jones and the Six. So as far as I remember, I keep saying that because I don't want to like sit here and read the whole back to you, but I also don't want to spread misinformation about these books. But I think it's about a tennis player who has like a comeback, and it may be about the dynamics with her dad, who I believe is her coach. That's my understanding. And that's my caveat for all of these books, is that these recaps are just my understanding. So take it with a grain of salt. Then, this is super interesting, but The American Roommate Experiment. This is the same author as, I think it was called, oh yeah, The Spanish Love Deception. So this one is about a girl who needs a place to live, and so she heads over to her best friend's apartment, which she thinks is empty, and she doesn't realize that she's already given the apartment to her cousin, Lucas. And so then I'm assuming they decide to be roommates based on the title. But the catch with this one is that I don't think I'm actually going to read it Since asking for this book for Christmas, I've realized that I really enjoy closed door romance or like cracked door romances. I don't love a ton of spice and a lot of steamy scenes. And from my understanding, this book is pretty spicy. So if you have read this one, I would love to know if it's spicy. So let me know in the comments below if you've already given this one a read, which I know the Spanish Love Deception was pretty popular. So I'm assuming a lot of people have already read that one. So let me know your thoughts and if you think I'd like it based on my preferences. Speaking of steamy, I'm unsure about this other book that I also got, and I bought this one around November or December time last year, and it is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. And I think because the first Christina Lauren book I read was The Unhoneymooners, and it is one of my favorites. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. I cracked up laughing and still think about that book to this day. I want to reread it, to be quite honest. And so I bought this because like, oh my gosh, I love it. But then I read The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren, and it was night and day difference on like the steamy scale. The True Love Experiment was super, just their connection was very physical, and the way that they would talk about each other and just like different interactions, it was very on the physical side. And so now I don't know what to expect from this book. I'm like, is Christina Lauren closed door, cracked door, or full steam? It seems like there's a range from the same author, which I think is a little interesting. I don't know if that's common. So yeah, again, if you've read this one, let me know the spicy level, because I might skip over this one as well if it's too spicy. Next up is Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World. My mom gave me this one, surprised me with it. I didn't pick this one out, so that was fun and unexpected, like to not know that I was gonna get it. I loved Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. So this one is like Opposites Attract. I think it is a kind of city girl, and she meets a small town carpenter, it sounds like. So I don't actually know a lot about this, but my mom loved it. She said it was her favorite book of 2023, and we have similar book tastes, so I'll have to give this one a read. Next up is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I love how bright her books are. They truly just make me happy. I think everybody maybe knows about this book. Not everybody, I shouldn't say that, but again, some of these books are just really, really popular if you've been around Book Talk, or on BookTube or Bookstagram. So if you haven't heard about it, totally okay. I just know a lot of people who are probably finding this video are already avid BookTube watchers. So yeah, briefly, from what I understand, this couple is broken up, but they haven't told their friends. And so when they go on this week-long summer vacation, they are pretending to still be together even though they're broken up. So I think that they're apart for most of the book. I mean, I would assume so, but I'm assuming they fall in love and it's a nice second chance romance. So unless there's not a happy ending, which, I mean, I don't know. Let's just say there's a happy ending. Don't tell me. No spoilers in the comments if you have read any of these. Okay. Next up, I purchased this one myself. This one I did research on, so I'm going to read it because I'm pretty sure the spice level is within my comfort zone, and that is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. So again, with the range of steam factor from Christina Lauren, but yeah, to be honest, let me see what this one's about. So this one is a friends to lovers storyline, and I think it's told in alternating timelines between like then and now. I think they had a falling out and then they by chance meet again, and it's all about them falling in love as adults. So I'm very curious. I've heard that this is like very moving and emotional and impactful, I think it really resonated with a lot of people. So I'm curious to read that one. Next book is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. And this is the second book to Divine Rivals. It is YA romantasy, and the first book was Closed Door, so I'm gonna assume this one is too. But it's set in like this fantasy world where this War of the Gods is taking place. And I honestly don't even want to tell you that much because I don't want to spoil the plot of this one. I don't want to tell you the plot of this one because if I tell you the plot of this one, it gives spoilers for the first book. So I'm going to leave it at that. Very vague. But if you like fantasy and cute romance, I think you'd like this. I actually only gave Divine Rivals 3 stars, but I am invested enough to want to know what happens in the end. So I got that one. And then this is also a sequel, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, the second book to the world famous Fourth Wing. And Fourth Wing rocked my world. I gave it 5 stars. I was just as obsessed as so many other people. And then I was in a rut, in a funk, and when this book came out, I wasn't ready to read it. And then because I delayed, I started to hear other people's thoughts on the book. And sorry, this is bothering me in the frame. And they weren't super positive reviews. And now I am just hesitant to even read this. And the reason that I haven't read this book or Ruthless Vows is because I've just been wanting stuff that's really lighthearted and feel good and not heavy. And I've heard that there is a lot of focus on just like war and combat and world building in this one, and not as much of the romance storyline, which was like massive in the first book. So I don't know. I just haven't read it, which is shocking, literally shocking, because I was waiting for this book to come out. But yeah, that's the last book that I got. I would love to know, you know, just what you thought. Which book you enjoyed the most out of these? Let's get the conversation started in the comments. I'd love to chat with you. And yeah, seriously, let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts are. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up, subscribe. It would mean the world. I think my next video will be a March reading recap video. So if you want to subscribe and get notified when that comes out, that'd be awesome. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.